Woo! Guess what time it is? Guess what time it is? You know what time it is, chat? Well, the time is mother flipping four. So this is too late. I want to apologize in advance. You know what? Anybody who's watching the stream, I want to say I'm terribly sorry for the freaking long awaited everything. I had opportunity to do so much the past couple of days. Like a freaking idiot, I did nothing. I absolutely stunted everything that I could have been doing just to do absolutely nothing yesterday. I want to deeply apologize. I'm doing it here because I'm going to try to be active. I've been trying to do it. I've been trying to progress on that, but I've been regressing like usual for the past, I don't know, 13, ever since I was 13, it's like 7 years. I've been genuinely conscious. But I'm just making an ass out of myself as per usual. But we're going to start. Star Wars The Force Awakens. Today's the 10th anniversary of Star Wars The Force Awakens. I know this movie's not good and it's been received terribly, and it probably has since the beginning, and grown a lot, unlike its predecessors, 2 sequels and spin-offs that, ended up just sucking out of the gate. But, some people find some joy, and obviously I'm not here to take away any of that joy, J-O-I, jerk off instructions. I'm not here to hate on it because I actually like this movie because, I've come to admit and accept the fact that I am a connoisseur of bad content, and I'll always love it no matter what. So, without further ado, let me start recording. Without further ado, this is the official Star Wars: The Force Awakens commentary track. No ads here from Amazon because obviously gotta get my next streaming equipment somewhere. That's not just Best Buy. Just depends. I might actually just get the PC from the Best Buy. So hopefully my mic doesn't pick up the TV up. Just a little bit. I remember the Kermit the Frog meme where the guy's like, "Turn off the flash, you freaking moron!" And then they had that funny cut. But yeah, here we go. Luke Skywalker's vanished. Hey, kind of a cool plot, not gonna lie, but yeah, it does also kind of not make any sense. Still cool though. Okay, and then yeah, for Twitch, I'll probably have to remind anyone. Yeah, I can't see chat. First we're gonna do is Lego Star Wars. Let me lower the volume a little bit for Lego Star Wars because I don't want to get copyright, and I'm gonna play a little bit of it on a free run. Free run. That's that manga anime series. Yeah, it's definitely on a long hiatus. But the Shadow season 2, and then JJK 2. Chainsaw Man as well. I'm just saying other stuff. I mean, one way I could connect those series is that Star Wars is, I think, is loved in Japan and has been mentioned in lots of medias, especially there in Japan. With the whole manga anime scene and their Star Wars visions. But yeah, besides that, a lot of the careers of everyone has, in the beginning, this movie came out. It always, this is something I never thought about when I was watching The Force Awakens or any movie in general. Like, especially, well, example would be Force Awakens because, like, before, Force Awakens, what's the word? I'm trying to say, like, Force Awakens was busy. Like, how do I say? The director, J.J. Abrams, he's worked on a bunch of stuff in the past and has built up his name before making The Force Awakens. Like, he's worked on Star Trek. He directed the hit TV show Lost, its first pilot, setting up what's going to happen in the movies. And I'm telling you, like, there's just, how do you say? It's like he's already like he like I guess it's just the ages, the different ages of different creators. That's what I'm trying to say. Where how do you freaking say it coherently without sounding like a complete moron? It's like he's experienced director. Before him, there was George Lucas and Steven Spielberg, and he was young. How and you know it that whole I'm fascinated by that fact where it's like, oh, he used to be young and a fan of the pros who were also young, a little bit younger than how when he continued the story of Star Wars, but still, it's like a natural progression of storytellers, like new generations and whatnot, and they just keep going and going and going. It's a fascinating thing. It connects with the entire world as well, with not just movies, like TV shows, comic books, animated series, all that type of entertainment is very fascinating to think about. So I mean, I understand like from a perspective to think from that perspective, it does seem pretty exciting to become a storyteller nowadays. Even if the market seems oversaturated, it still seems really cool. And like I think even for the saturation and the whole shaboing boing, I don't think it'll let us down. I think it's a cool thing. It shouldn't. Yeah, it's not gonna let us down because stories are cool. You don't wanna. You just never stop consuming. That's something I'm also trying to get used to. Checking out new material. Like it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. Just consume all of it just to get a taste of it. Okay. All right. What am I doing here? That works, right? All right. Yeah. We got Jedi and the Sith, and hopefully get the Droidicas. We'll do what? Which level? So yeah, this first scene. Let me not. Yeah, let's talk about the first scene in the Force Awakens. It's pretty interesting. Interesting way to take the whole mother flipping story and stuff. All right, let's use Stranger 2. We'll use Darth Vader in the fourth one. Yeah, either the fourth one or the fifth one. It doesn't matter. All right, let's just go. Yeah, there's the blood. I remember the Lego games. They put something else that's not blood in there because it's kids and can't be traumatizing kids. Like even if they're little turds that you just don't want to care about and just act like a Homer Simpson and Bart Slapskin and whatnot. You gotta not be a complete dickhead, especially in entertainment. Like they do, like doesn't matter if you're marketing stuff for kids or adults. Like you still gotta just do your best, and that's basically the secret to making these types of content. Well, to making entertaining stories. But yeah, this is something that's just a secret pro tip for if you want to become a storyteller. Is to just make him not suck. I learned this from the freaking Clay World behind the scenes video from the creator. That was his secret. His secret was to make him not suck, even if he finds him ridiculous. And I say that's what you got to do, for most of your stuff. You gotta look to the positives. Like even if the concept seems crazy or bad, you can still try to make it good. So lots of stuff, in this world just shouldn't work because it may seem like a bad idea, but it has worked. Case in point, Star Wars. Case in point, The Force Awakens until what the cat's been dragged out of the bag or something, whatever that phrase is. But yeah, this scene is also cool too. Kylo Ren, favorite character. I am kind of missing all this because I am multitasking with the gameplay. But I freaking love this. I love Kylo Ren. His design is cool. His concept is even cooler. Like him as the main villain, like totally could work. You know, that's the only way he could outdo Darth Vader, is by being like the main dude and not like the side chick and whatnot. But they sort of worked their way through it with this trilogy, but it also sort of didn't really pay off. But yeah, and that concept art of him being called the Jedi Killer and all those cool other looking designs, like yeah, that stuff is cool. Even for the Knights of Ren, cool stuff, man. Through and through, inspires me as an artist. But I gotta say, it's still impressive, you know. The frick am I? But yeah, him freezing that blaster was pretty cool. But some video like try to not dethrone it, but he's trying to outprove the fact that it's actually not a cool thing. Like it's not a cool thing that he froze it instead of just either just freezing Poe or taking his gun away like how Darth Vader did it. Like it would make Kylo look more badass and weak. I mean that's interesting, you know. I mean that's why I say a second opinion definitely matters because I definitely wouldn't have. I would have not, picked that argument apart, just on my own. But still cool though, and that music is cool too when they enter the Kylo Ren's Star Destroyer. I think it's the Finalizer or whatnot. I don't. I'm guessing that's what it's called. But yeah, his Finalizer is pretty cool. It is kind of funny though, because it's like they're trying to make it look disorganized, even though like they're the return of the original bad guys and the original or return of the original bad guys, and it's like they're the villains, but they're still they don't have their stuff together. I could definitely say if a rewrite would be just make the design of the ships look a little more crusty. But I guess the bad guys are still a bit competent. But hey, I can't rewrite the story by going back in time, you know. Stuff happens, and you can't really do much about it unless you work for them. And I'm speaking of Disney, but yeah, Disney's a big pile of trash. Unlike this beautiful ice I'm chewing on. But yeah, now we have Rey. I mean, I wasn't super hatred to her character. And the idea of her is actually not that bad, especially if she was a nobody and they stuck to that idea. Instead of making her related to or have some like special abilities. Like if she was like definitely not related to any lineage, but could still just use the force, then that would actually be a pretty cool idea. But then you have to imply how the powers are used, if she's being controlled like a puppet and whatnot. I mean, there's always lots of that with Star Wars. But I give this movie props like on its own. Like if you watch this movie on its own, a lot of stuff does seem mysterious. A lot like how if you saw Star Wars for the first time when the first three movies came out, but then it's like if you focused when you got older, if you kept focusing on the franchise and realized they keep adding more stuff, that it's not as cool as adding more facts, to it like it's a real life historical event. It does kind of lose its edge and mystery and mystique, like a lot. So like I don't know. I say the way I enjoy these movies is definitely just watching them, and like skipping out on most of the books and comics and all the autobiography, whatever, all the little details that are written out. I'd say skip out on that, and yeah, the mystique of the movie just seems pretty cool. I don't know where I'm going. My throat just my throat just feels a little weird. But yeah, that's why I say franchises definitely should be going. Like they got to go, honestly. But yeah, franchises. Yep. I say they gotta go. If anything, you could do sequels and whatnot. I'd say they'll be fine as long as you don't keep expanding. But they have to have a definitive ending. That's why I say, for my stories, I gotta make sure I have at least an ending because I don't want it to continue. And I'd be precious to my stories because I've learned the lesson through these creations. You know what I'm saying? And I say it makes sense. Like my philosophy to creating an intellectual property, and even if it becomes a franchise, to at least hold it dearly to yourself. Like Back to the Future, I think the director Robert Zemeckis right now currently, like him and Steven Spielberg, they like Jaws. They don't have to be remade. No reboots, no remakes, no spin-offs. Like you could just do a rip-off. Like rip-offs are fine because you could. It's a lot like the Grinch that stole bitches. You could just have fun because it's not gonna be. It's too ridiculous to be connected in a not serious way, but in a company way to where it's like copyright risk or around that like that high status Hollywood type of style. And yeah, I praise Back to the Future and what's the other thing called? Back to the Future and Jaws. I praise the first one. I praise those movies for not having any more sequels. Like there'll be comics and whatnot. Like comics aren't that bad. Like other outside stories that are more literary are not that bad. So it's nothing to get your cock and balls twisted in a testicular knot or get your underpants in a twist. Right, let's go back. let's get Han Solo. Use Anakin. Oh, there he is. Let's go, Anakin. That's cool. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. We'll stick with this guy, and then we'll go to the Emperor. Oh, there he is. He's cool in this game. Anyways, yeah, the movie. Stuff happens. Tito. I think I had that Lego set. No, I had Ray's speeder bike. Yeah, Lego, hit me up, please. But yeah, BB-8 too. I mean, he looks hilarious as well. Sandball, beach ball, volleyball, soccer ball. And yeah, that one guy who was talking about the Force Awakens not working. He was like, also saying BB-8's design is inadequate. Like all the designs are inadequate, and he would use R2 over BB-8. It sort of makes sense with the treadmills and whatnot, but I hate on none of these guys. And Disney too. I gotta talk about Disney. Their theme parks are still related to. Wait. Their theme parks are still related to Force Awakens specifically. And Ray's got like a cool gray fit on. I think it's like a mix fit of like Last Jedi colors and Force Awakens design. And another thing is the torture scene in and the what's it called? Yeah, this torture scene with Oscar Isaac, Miguel O'Hara, Frankenstein, Doctor Professor. Like that scene looks pretty cool in the Disney theme park attraction ride. No, that just looks cool. And Kylo Ren's lightsaber, also cool. Still my favorite lightsaber to this day. Besides mine, Narf. That's a good joke, right? Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, and her family. I guess they're just random people, right? Like before they became Palpatinians. Like they're just random passerbys and whatnot. Oh yeah, skeleton dance. You know what? We should watch that. Oh, I gotta watch the freaking. We'll watch it mid commentary because the trailers are pretty cool. Yeah, we'll skip it because the trailers are cool. I want to show. You gotta see it. You gotta keep the volume low because I don't want to get copyrights. All right, this is boring. But yeah, this part is also cool too. Oh, I gotta check this out. So now we're on the part where Poe and Finn are about to escape. And then they start to become lovers, at first sight. Well, not really, because Disney are cowards. They're hypocrites. That's the problem. This movie, look, it's a successful movie. And the most successful things I've heard in the past, or I think, I don't know, I could be losing my mind, or I could just be talking nonsense, but I've heard somewhere that the most successful thing gets ripped off. It also wants to get replicated in other medias, like, well, mainly from a company standpoint, but like Star Wars, like, I mean, I'd say is at least it holds the test of time. And before like the next big movie, like, it seems like there was a high standard for movies, at least back in the day. Or depending on how you see it, could just be bad, and other movies would be bad too. But you notice it's like a pattern that happens, especially with mainly blockbusters. Well, from Red Letter Media, they also explained this idea where it's like after Jurassic Park, Independence Day came out as a big blockbuster, and after that, all the big blockbusters just became really dumb and stupid. It's like Avengers also must have counted for that too. It's a cool shot right there with the TIE Fighter. But yeah, I sort of understand what they're trying to say. Oh wait, that's wrong one. It sort of does make it makes sense. So for Force Awakens, like I'd say a bunch of crap has been said, and I'd say you can think about it and think, wow, like the Force Awakens is like giving the okay to, making stories the way they are and presenting them the way they are, to the Hollywoods producers and whatnot. I don't know. I could just be talking in my mind because there are different creators for most projects. Oh. And not every creator thinks the same way. So you can't always, entrust the facts that, every creator is going to be, exactly the same, and they're all going to have the same, they're going to go on the same type of writing quality and whatnot. But yeah, I am just talking about my ass because I ain't got nothing to prove. I don't know. This movie just looks good, and the writing, like, you do have to rewatch this movie, and you'll notice the sloppy details, like in the Rick and Morty episode with the M. Night Shyamalan's, who are just Nigerian scammers are just Nigerian scammers. Goofy detail, but yeah, that looks cool. But it's not gonna excuse the story. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what? But I mean, what will I say? Eh? Not gonna say much. This movie looks cool. Anyways, yeah, these TIE fighter pilots. They need two pilots. I remember the concept art of a an X-wing. I think for the Force Awakens, or maybe it was the original series where there would be two pilots in the seat like the snow speeders. But I feel like you could pilot it on your own. Like even if you get the pilot license, especially for TIE fighters. But yeah, another confusing detail is why hasn't Finn, learned a lot about, other stormtrooper procedures? Like, it seems like, a lot of stuff is intentionally just trying to mess with you, if you think about it. Like for Finn, he's a stormtrooper. Even if he's on his first mission, even if he's on his first mission, he's learned to be a soldier, right? Like it seems like he doesn't carry that qualities consistently or in a consistent manner, like all the way through the trilogy. And you sort of notice it. You notice this with a lot of other details as well. Like with the whole Rey learning the Force and how she's very good with just lightsaber combat and whatnot. Like the whole she's trained with the staff and how she's a good pilot. It's a secret. It's not even a secret. It's a small detail that gets overshadowed. It's like a Yanni Laurel is to dress blue, black, or yellow and gold, yellow, white, and gold. Where under her breath, as she was talking with Finn later, she says she's flown ships, not directly like how Luke said, "Oh, I used to take down womp rats in a little ship I used to fly, a triangle, little Y-shaped triangle ship." Like he directly states it where the audience can hear. But Rey has said she's flown ships in this movie, but it gets what you call it? It gets overshadowed from the talking over each other with Finn. But yeah, the Jedi thing. I also remember her Jedi powers was gonna be explained through I think a faked script that Luke was controlling her the whole time as like a Jedi training method. It sort of makes sense. Also seems pretty not sadistic or cruel, but kind of a hilarious dick move to Luke beating his nephew out of punishment and discipline. But I say, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, it would have seen. It kind of seems more reasonable for Snoke to do it, because there was another theory a long time ago that said Snoke was gonna say, kill. Oh yeah, that he whispered killed her, but it's also under the breath, like how Rey also said explained how she could fly ships with Finn talking over each other in a upcoming scene. But if Palpatine was the whole bad guy, it sort of feels like a unnecessary or an unwarranted connection where Rey and Palpatine are alike because they get over talked by stuff like how the planet was getting destroyed and Rey couldn't hear because of all the cracking and the John Williams music. Then we couldn't hear Rey explain her ship parts or her ship knowledge and how to fly stuff by, Finn talking over her and her talking over him. Very interesting though. Well, interesting detail that seems to get skewed over because it's like because this movie moves at a lightning pace, which is the one thing I see as a positive, even if it skimps out character stuff. Holy butthole! Okay, there we go. So she can use a lightsaber normally without Jedi training because She's handy with the staff. It makes sense, right? Like honestly, I say if it's that easy, like if Ray makes it look that easy, I say for my illogical logicness, or whatever that means, I guess Luke was just being lazy, or not Luke. What am I saying? Let me not say Luke. Most Jedi's that actually had to try and train to get better in their stories that are out in Star Wars seem to be lacking in qualities that Rey has not, like appeared to already have in the sequel trilogy. And that goes for a lot of stories. This whole connection, like Rey makes a bunch of tasks for heroes to. She makes it look easy compared to other heroes and other stories, especially in Star Wars. I'd always comment to myself, "Oh, if it's that easy, then how come the other guys had a problem? Trying to take him down and whatnot." Sort of like a bad joke. I'm gonna leave this part. Holy bricks. That's a lot of bricks. But yeah, Ray, I don't hate her. Just feel bad that the writers, couldn't write some, good. Or, write something to, give her more than what she's been given with what she's been given from Disney, by Disney. But yeah, it'd be funny to blame Bob Iger and the studio executives, but hey, it is what it is. Anyways, maybe she's got a golden staff with the golden lightsaber hilt. That'd be pretty cool. Make it chrome. It promise you it will not break. But yeah, the fast pace is pretty good. And that scene was also kind of funny too. It's kind of weird that Finn did at least get a blaster. Oh, that was another thing. I can't even do a rewrite, but as a rewrite idea would be if Poe was here, like to not make people question the movie, like of its quality, and to prevent less the inevitable of everybody turning, 10 years and later and whatnot. If Poe was along the journey, because originally he was supposed to die, but the creators, like Jar Jar Abrams, not Jar Jar Abrams, Mr. Abrams, rewrote him back into the story. I'd say it wouldn't have been a problem to at least, call him or get a stunt double or whatever to say he's on Jakku with Finn. So, Finn would have gotten hit in the freaking head with a stick by Rey, the hero, and tased by BB 8. BB 8. I think he's the best character in this movie, from what I've heard. I mean, he's funny. But, yeah, I don't know. Everybody else is a lot funnier if you think about it as well. But yeah, poor Finn, man. He should have been a Jedi. Should have been in the island in The Last Jedi. But Mr. Johnson's got other plans. Shout out Rian Johnson for doing his thing, Cuzzo. There's the Millennium Falcon. CG form, satellite dish, solar panel dish. And this detail is also... There's another quad jumper as well in the background that also still working. Ray just missed it. And the lights are working. And this next detail is funny too. And Ray says this ship hasn't flown in years. That's another goofy detail. Like, she's gonna explain later or real soon how she's able to fly the ship. But the ship not flying in years is just a crazy term. Like, was Ankar Blood just keeping it? Was he kissing it like that one guy at TLC? I say he ought to. Or I say he must have. Anyways, Let me look at the let me look at the mother flipping trailers. Wait, this is really funny. What the frick is that? We'll watch all the trailers and then we're just gonna play Subnautica. Sorry for everybody waiting on Twitch for the Subnautica playthroughs. I'm not stalling, I'm just sorta, you know. I'm just taking a little trip down memory lane with the Force Awakens and whatnot. Oh yeah, the international trailer too. That thing looks cool as frick too. All the way. That's the freaking Jacksepticeye video. I believe in you. I believe it's Steve. It's Steve. It's Steve. It's Steve. It's Steve. Down to glory. All the way to victory. All the way. Keep on dancing. All the way. Keep on driving. All the way. Keep on something. All the way. Hey. Maybe I could play it because I have the volume low. I'm just checking right now. I'm gonna set him up right now to watch before we play mother flippin'. Before we play Subnautica. But yeah, this scene is pretty cool too. I'd say definitely put less cramped shots, like show the whole beautiful visual. But very impressive. Also, we need the IMAX. We gotta find an IMAX. Hopefully Disney Plus has it. I might need to check it. But I want to see the IMAX cut of The Force Awakens because there's a video out there. I have it right now. I'm gonna pull it up right now. I want to see this movie in IMAX because I don't think I have, or maybe I did. I just don't remember clearly the theater we went into. But I still remember the first day. I was still a little kid, bunch of adults. It was cold. Everybody had jackets. We went to go watch The Force Awakens. I think there was some clapping, definitely by the end. But yeah, this movie was a sight to see, you know? But yeah, I mean, that was pretty cool too. Yeah, and most of this sequence, people calling her a Mary Sue for doing all this Millennium Falcon stuff, like my only easy excuse to get this out of the way, like of her not being a Mary Sue, is to just say, post the main pilot flying, and then she's being co-pilot. Okay, here. Yes. See, okay, this part she says, I've flown a few ships, but I've never left the planet. And the Millennium Falcon hasn't flown in 50 years, and that was the first time she was piloting it. And if she knows the controls, then that means it's gotta be the same manufacturer who made the quad jumper and whatnot, and whatever ships are down there. Maybe the quad jumper clone. Could be. I don't know. I'm just speculating. But you know, it's not a direct detail like the whole shooting womp rats. And the Kylo Ren rage scene. This scene is hilarious. Big balls on the bottom. Like, it is a bad look on Kylo Ren. It makes him look more, not incompetent, but it makes him look like he's not a super in control villain. Because, you know, Vader at least had class when he killed his subordinates like Frieza and Empire. But I mean, I'd say he's definitely like on top for the majority of his the first original trilogy movies. But the lightsaber sounds really cool in this scene. That's why I like it. Yeah, his lightsaber is the best. Luke's green lightsaber was my favorite back then. It still is, but Kylo Ren, yeah, still not my next new favorite. And his deactivation sounds really cool here. It's cool that it sounds unique, but it kind of sucks that we don't get, you know, sound bites released to the public. Would definitely like to, you know, check him out, but you know, guess they don't. But yeah, his design is also the coolest here too. Okay, Okay, I forgot to upload my short. Okay, hold up. Okay, let me pull up the videos. Alright, you sit right there. What is this? First Light. It's not Hello Neighbor. We're not playing that game. Yeah, and this is Rise of Skywalker. Ah. The Disney, how could this get more epic? How could this get more epic? But yeah, that was kind of shady though for Rise of Skywalker to copy Endgame, the Avengers. Kind of a weird thing to do. Even though that movie series is a bit younger than Star Wars, but Star Wars is a bit younger than the Avengers. Because the Avengers existed before Star Wars. I don't know. It's that connection is weird as well. But it is weird for Star Wars to also copy. You know, copy the copies. Right, that one's cool. Alright, come check this out. Before we play, check this stuff out. Oh yeah, this Rathtar scene is also cool too. Okay. So here's Last Jedi. The trailer's pretty cool. The movie looks cool, but Ryan Johnson is Ryan Johnson, and the good dude's hilarious. But yeah, interesting choices. Still funny as heck. Rise of Skywalker. I don't know. The visuals are on point and whatnot, but story is the story. What happened happened. I'm gonna get into those details because I don't care that much. Yeah, here's the Endgame trailer. It says it goes in order of when the movies came out. It would be funny if it went in the order of how the story played out, but I don't know. It is what it is. Okay, you don't hear it, but that's fine. It's probably copyrighted music, but it's epic. Do you hear this? I mean, that shot looks cool, but this shot looks cool too, but you know. Is it Endor? Was it Endor? Who knows? And this scene is hilarious too. The Kylo Ren design. Took Kylo Ren's kyber crystals and sucked on them, inserted them, put it back into a new hill. Okay, let me stop with that part. Let's cut that part out. Let's continue with the commentary. Han Solo, he's here. He's old. Heard another creator say this is one of his worst performances from Harrison. I can't say I beg to differ, but I'd say he is hilarious unintentionally by just existing in this movie. I say Han Solo is a lot better here as old Han Solo than old Indiana Jones because you know it's morbid to say, but you know because Indiana Jones lost his son, but Han Solo's son killed him. That's a funnier outcome, but it does make sense to why people would be angry, especially back then. But lucky on Harrison Ford. I gotta check that out. We gotta see. Hold on, wait. I gotta see this. I have to see this. Maybe his. I feel like his earring was still in there, but I don't think it is. But yeah, he didn't get a haircut, so that means that part is hilarious. No, there's no earrings, but it would be super funny if there were earrings right here. If they just masked them away. He didn't even get his beard shaved. That's cool too. But yeah, I mean Han Solo kind of got the better ending than what Indiana Jones. He got punched by Phoebe Waller-Bridger. That's also hilarious as well. Yes, elderly abuse still funny. Sucks for Indiana. Unless you say Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls is the last movie, but that's my headcanon. Not out of spite, obviously, but just because it's funny. It's funnier because I could connect it with the Shia LaBeouf. Oh no, I could do like a secret fan fiction where Mutt Williams would play the Sam Witwicky to a Transformers story where Bumblebee fought in Vietnam. That would be pure comedy. That's a dark comedy right there. Okay. So you're at The Force Awakens. Let's see. If I play Okay. Let me see if it works. Default. Oh, here we go. So we move the mic up a little bit closer. So yeah, restart. So right now they're gonna get attacked by the Ratars. Then we get to the Snoke scene. We'll do a little intervention. But first, here we go. Force Awakens teaser. This teaser broke the internet before other teasers like Infinity War and Endgame, and Doomsday probably. This is cool.
There has been an awakening. Have you felt it?
Yeah, and this part here was cool as well. And you see Finn is going crazy. Let me lower it a little bit just so I don't get copyrighted. And then there's BB-8. The flashing lights in the Stormtrooper rave party. It's kind of counterintuitive. Or whatever it's called, that word that... Not counterintuitive, it works against the workload or whatever that word is called. Unused shot that looked cool. This shot, which they kept. This looks awesome. Kylo Ren. Yeah, he's still cool even though he's a little bitch boy, big and small. Then there's the Millennium Falcon. Hopefully this music doesn't get copyrighted. No copyrights here, Disney. Please give me free Legos. And then we get the iconic teaser right there. You see? Pretty cool, huh? The Force Awakens. Yeah, let's see the comments. 11 years. Oh yeah, and the movie just came out. Yep. 10th anniversary. Yep. I'm still mad. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, let me stop. Alright, here's a second teaser. Oh, wait, that came out 11 years ago. Hold on. I need to. I gotta see that again. I just want to see the. And there's Endgame. There was the other one. What the frick was that? What, Tyler Creator's making a movie? What the frick's wrong with this guy? Let's see. Wow, 11 years ago. Dang. Time flies by. Flies by fast when you're having fun, right? Or when you're melt maxing your brain or whatnot. Who knows? Oh no, save that. So here's the other teaser. The Raptors are still attacking. That was a funny moment. Anyways, this teaser was a little bit more nostalgia baiting, you know, a little bit more ball rubbingly personal with the whole music and whatnot. Hopefully this doesn't get copyrighted because I don't want to keep talking into the mic like this. I'm gonna vomit. I think it's a Force Awakens curse. It just makes me sick. It's not my problem that I'm drinking soda. Never mind. That's on me. I gotta cut back. Anyways, yeah. So right here, Darth Vader. Yeah, Darth Vader. It's like this plastic bag I just burnt earlier. I took a lighter to a plastic bag I got mad at yesterday. Specifically when I was working and I burnt it. See, it's probably in the trash can, but yeah, it looks a lot like this part Vader. That's weird though. The fire really does it to his helmet 30 years later. I guess the Empire must have gone cheap, you know what I'm saying? Oh no, it just looks cool. Would want to get it from the Kylo Ren figure from San Diego Comic-Con from his Force Awakens era. That looks pretty cool with the Luke. Basically, get the dark cloak.
My sister has it.
That's Leia. She's got nice young hands. Okay, let me stop. That's a connection to not Esmeralda. Freaking Esma Dingadong, Mother Gothel. Because she's got the young powers from Tangled. But yeah, this Snoke scene, I'll say it right now. Coolest scene ever. Love it. It would look cool if he looked like the Master from Doctor Who with the corroding body from the old, like from classic Who, mainly from like the Fourth Doctor era. But that's just an idea. You might see that later. But yeah, the scene looks cool. Still funny though. Reminds me of Airplane with that classic movie they just ripped off. Alright, let me stop. Here's Maz Kanata. Honestly, she kind of looks like my grandma. Just like Snoke. But I say Maz looks more like her than Snoke. It just comes from the, you know, the bone structure. I mean, Snoke looks cool and whatnot. But this dude is definitely wearing a cheetah print bathrobe. That would be funny if they committed to Snoke wearing a cheetah print bathrobe. And then, yeah, I remember another movie commentator talked about Snoke in The Last Jedi having a weird robe or wearing like a dress. But I'd say if it was cheetah print, it would have been a different context. If you know what I'm saying. Anyways, Luke's lightsaber, or Anakin's lightsaber. Still funny and hilarious and weird that it was the same tool used to kill children, other than the red lightsaber that Vader has. That one would have been pure. They could have used that one instead. Then they could have had the opening. It's like a long time, and they could have Mark Hamill narrate, not in Joker voice, but it's like a long time ago, my father killed people with this sacred light blue lightsaber. It's horrible. It was dangerous. But as long as you didn't read the comics or outside stories, you know that Darth Vader's lightsaber is only used to battle me and me alone, and hopefully not kill any rebels in the next movie, from the next year movie, Rogue One. But with this red lightsaber, it carries a legacy, and it falls into the planet Jakku, where we got the next Jedi Order or whatnot. I don't know. Would have been funny if they had the Vader lightsaber. Would have looked cool in the snow fight. It would have been red on red action. Anyways, you have that power too, right?
You have that power too.
Lucasfilm and visionary director J.J. Abrams joined forces to take you back again to a galaxy far, far away as Star Wars returns to the big screen. Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Kylo Ren looks cool. I say, Kylo Ren. Like, if you want prime Kylo Ren, no comics, no outside stories, no headcanons, no fans, no fan fiction, no rule 30, none of that crap. Watch Kylo Ren in the teasers only, and he's a complete badass. Like, he's super cool. Like, you know nothing about him, but like, if you also hear, even during the time, if you heard the stuff about him being the Jedi killer as an idea that they had going around for this movie, he's just totally badass, man. And obviously, he can't, you know, outdo Vader. Only because I guess he could cement it, but you know what? No, I say he could have outdone Vader. Like he could have been the main villain, and be the complete badass that they had to take down one way or another, seal him away, kill him, whatever, and have him still have his reign still affect the galaxy more than Vader. But honestly, it comes down to the writers. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, what happened. It doesn't really matter. It is what it is. But he still looks really cool, man. Especially in this first movie. We'll play that scene again. Too cool. I mean, he doesn't even have to be Ben Solo's. Like, even if you take out the fact that he could have been Han Solo's kid and you don't know at the time, and Princess Leia's kid. Like, if you take that fact out and you just mystery man, even cooler. That's where that mystique logic really plays into this. Oh, he's talking about the Force and Luke Skywalker leaving because he felt responsible. That was sort of on J.J. Abrams for doing that and giving those pieces for Rian to work on. Still funny though, and Luke's fit looks so cool. We'll talk about it later once we get to the scene. But yeah, Chewie, we're home. There's a lot of nostalgia. But yeah, I saw that video with I'd say nerdgasm, just people enjoying what they see. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, the official trailer. This one is another epic one. I was looking up Star Wars Force Awakens marketing. I was getting other results that were probably a lot smarter for me to just understand. I see the Infinity War trailer. See, it outdoes it. I'm pointing it to it with my right toe, first toe. But as trailers go, I say Force Awakens does it a whole lot better than Infinity War. Specifically with the whole mystery aspect. And I'm just starting to think Lando should have been in here. I don't know why they didn't bring him in, man. Just sucks they couldn't call him. But yeah, I guess the mystery from the trailers was also another good thing. They should definitely have that with most movies nowadays, especially with marketing. Like, don't give away too much. Only give away, like, at least the summary of the movie. Like, you can still do the classic way of doing it. Like, oh, this is what happened. This is the movie summary. And what's going to happen? Oh, you might have to find out when you see this movie in theaters. But that could still work. And you just don't spoil the important plot threads. They can still do that. Just got to wait for that to happen back again with the whole movie industry. But yeah, here. Force Awakens trailer. Broke the freaking internet. It didn't break my mind as a child. I think I have ADD. I don't know. I'm not going to be self-diagnosed, but definitely got my brain working because it was cool. I'm no one. Hopefully this piano music doesn't copyright me. Please don't copyright me. Please, please, please. That shit looks cool. Looks like a dick. Rey standing. Yeah, somebody says Rey looked like she was about to smile. Very interesting, you know what I'm saying? The Lucasfilm logo. I don't like this one compared to the green lighty highlight logo. Yeah, Finn here too. I've got nothing to fight for. Should have been a freaking Jedi. Should have joined Rey. Here's Kylo Ren being a badass.
Nothing will stand in our way.
Or a farming.
I will finish.
I think this is a CG helmet.
I'm no one.
Let me go back. We'll see that Kylo Ren scene again. But yeah, I've heard of the CG helmet need to be used in like the Snoke scene in the first portion before Kylo Ren interrogated Rey. Like they had his helmet off in that scene, but they just put it on there, so it was all CG with the whole Industrial Light and Magic ILM Lucasfilm work. Pretty cool though, or a cool fact. Yeah, Kylo Ren or farming, or just looking cool and badass, but the light looks cool. Does look like a unique hyperspace, traveling method. But it also sort of makes sense. Like it would be slower if it was that. But at least it was a laser and not light speed. But I mean, I'm just saying it looks cool. It looks like a ship going into light speed. I'm not gonna lie, this is where my idea of a star killing factory comes from. Like, through the planet, it's strong enough to have be like a slingshot where the ship would take off and it'll go to a different star system, or it could be destroy a planet and create a hole through it like a donut, like in that one concept art. But hey, what happened, and I don't know if they're gonna use that idea, just have it locked away in the Disney vault, alongside Walt Disney's Frozen Head and Audrey Hepburn. I gotta look that up. Hold on. Lillian Bounds, right? No, it was somebody else. Was it Audrey? I don't think it was Audrey Hepburn. I think it was somebody else. Somebody else. I don't remember who it was, but there was somebody that it was an SNL skit. Hold on. It's even in my freaking stupid analysis video. Oh my gosh, come on. Oh, Anaconda's out. I'd like to check out that movie, but I gotta save my money buying those computer parts. Hold on, let me see. Cause all that Star Wars unused concepts like dinosaurs, that's funny too. I think that was in Mandalorian or Book of Boba Fett, the Star Wars writing staff post sequel trilogy. One of their ideas was just to have mother flippin' was just to have what's it called? Okay. It was just to have yeah. What was I gonna say? Let me retrace my steps before what I was trying to say. So post mother flippin' Rise of Skywalker with Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett and all the stupid shows post Clone Wars, or right around the time before, you know, Filoni Wars was about to end. There was a new writing staff, you know, unlike Michael Bay's idea of a Transformers universe crackpot writing staff, but they're less, it's like a less lame version of that as a concept, because the other Transformers one is a concept that I'm just pulling out of my ass again. But the official writing staff for Star Wars came up with the stupidest ideas ever, and it's hilarious. Like on the board, I remember seeing another YouTuber make fun of this. It's like dinosaurs. Yeah, I may be a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, but dinosaurs is hilarious. But it also means it would be too soon. Because they're trying to say a long time ago, even if it's a galaxy far, far away, but that right there would be insane. Heck, even a comic said that maybe the light speed time travel where Chewbacca becomes Bigfoot and Han Solo dies and probably sees Indiana Jones or whatnot. They connect in some way. I'm not freaking sure. My throat is super dry. I apologize. Anyways, Disney Vault. Disney Vault, Disney Vault, Disney Vault, Disney Vault. Let me see something real quick. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Let me skip that. Oh, yeah, that Song of the South movie. That movie's not... Well, let me not say something stupid, but it's not that crazy. It was... I heard it was like Splash Mountain that it was based on. It's like a more happy movie. It just takes place, you know, during the whole slavery time with the whole you know, the time, you know, the 1800s. So I can't really go. It's kind of funny to see like Doc Brown say he wants to live in the 1800s, but you gotta live in the late 1800s, at least post you know, a world where there's, you know, free slaves, because yeah, you don't want, like, that'll just be a crazy time to live. Or maybe no, you want to go back in time when slaves still existed and take down the bad guys with your time machine. But yeah, one could dream, and time travel is also terrifying idea, so I don't think about the repercussions with the whole timey-wimey deboggle, gobbledygook. That's where he is. Vivian Lee. Hold on, wait a second. Oh, wait a second. That's it. Yes. Lillian Disney. A different lady. Vivian Lee. Okay, so he definitely had the hots for her. Right? Who was a producer of Walt Disney? Yeah, so I don't think it was John Lasseter. He just dated this guy. No, he didn't. Maybe he had a thing for her. I don't know. I'm just speculating. Yeah. No, I'm probably just speculating. What is that? Dennis Hopper? That's not Hoffman. Funny. Oh yeah, Graduate. Hello, Darkness, my old friend. That movie's funny. And yeah, Dennis Hopper's from Texas Chainsaw 2. Where's that movie? In Apocalypse Now. Oh yeah, Super Mario. There it is, Chainsaw Man 2. I'm the Lord of the Harvest. Sorry, I'm getting off topic. Finn's leaving like a coward. That sort of relates to Luke Skywalker being a quote-unquote coward. But he's gonna be back. Don't worry. I apologize for exposing my scatterbrain scattergun to focus on other stuff. But yeah, I'm the Lord of the Harvest, Dennis Hopper. Let's get back on topic. This movie's almost over. Yeah, Vivian Lee, I'm pretty sure. Okay, that's hilarious. Okay, anyways, back to the trailer. I think we'll stand in my way. Cool shot. Yeah, all that's the same. All that stuff that I said, that's speculations because I don't have any concrete evidence of this happening. I don't have any proof. All of that is by the same company that bought Star Wars.
What you started.
I kind of wish they didn't buy Star Wars, not gonna lie. I would have loved to see Star Wars outside of the hands of Disney, just to see how it would look. Because there's now a distinct look to Star Wars. What if Lego bought them? That would have been funny. Lego buys Star Wars, but Disney can't get their grubby hands on it. They can only feel the sack. That shot looks cool. The colors and whatnot. Here's some cooler stuff. Let me make sure I don't get copyright. But this is cool as well. All of it, all the stories are true. Okay, the visions are happening right now. This Kylo Ren shot. Oh yeah, it's gonna happen right here too. In another trailer as well. But this shot looks cool too. Knights of Ren. The different shots, less static. Or less still. A Jedi. He should have been a Jedi. He should have been a flippin' Jedi, man. That would have been so cool to see him and Rey train together, boop boop da, you know, Rocky style. Then they could have played the music. It's the eye of the tiger, or the eye of the spider. It's poison in one bite. You know. But he should have been a Jedi. And that's all I'm hoping for. Honestly, the only expectations I have for the next Skywalker entries or the next official Star Wars stories that they would try to make later for Disney. Hopefully Rey is successfully training a new Jedi Order in a successful Jedi business in a Jedi temple. And I also hope that Finn also becomes a Jedi. Like, I hope he's at least out. Like, if they reuse this character later, he has to at least be in the last stages of him being a Padawan. That's the weakest he's got to be as a Jedi. And hopefully he's at least still strong, because there could still be potential for him to grow. But I mean, even if he just became a Jedi Master, I still gotta see him in action. That would be so cool to see him, man. But depends on if they use him or if they say he dies off screen like Mutt from Indiana Jones. Maybe Rey dies off screen as well. Poe Dameron ran into a dark star or a freaking black hole. All the characters die, so we get new ones. Another cool shot. Big explosion. Not as big as Michael Bay's explosions. Depends. Is that Luke shot? Yeah. Yep. The Kylo Ren shuttle. That cool scene. BB-8. Oscar Isaac. Miguel O'Hara. That funny scene. Yep. Cool shot. Cool shot. Cool shot. Cool shot. That's cool too, but it would have been cool if he kept his helmet on. That would actually be funny too. If you make Adam like no stuntman, Adam Driver does his own stunts, so he's saying, yeah, you're not gonna get a stuntman, but you're still gonna wear the ridiculous helmet that you can't see out of, and you're gonna fight both two other actors. That'd be funny. Would have been funny to see. But yeah, the General Hux speech. We're at that right now. That also looks cool. The scene is hilarious. I've heard it in other languages. Also funny as frick. And the drip is actually not that bad. The drip actually looks pretty cool, not gonna lie. The First Order. And they look cool, alright? I don't want to come out here and say, I'm not gonna say anything about I'm a First Order sympathizer. I'm not a First Order sympathizer. I'm not gonna be out here saying I hate these guys because they're not real. But I'm saying they look objectively cooler than the Resistance. Like the Resistance has a cool base in what, Nema Outpost? No. The Ilenium system looks cool. But the First Order base looks cool as frick as well, like a lot cooler. Especially the clothes they wear. I don't know. I mean, I say the First Order aesthetically looks a lot cooler than the Empire. But it doesn't mean I'm going to hate on the Empire either. Their tough, grimy look also has a cool, distinct way of operating as well. But yeah, the laser, that seems pretty dangerous. And he's got to have nanomachines, because how can he stare into that bright light of a radiation blast? That's crazy. Oh, but that shot looks cool with the running guy past on the left side of the screen. Man, they gotta release the IMAX cut. Anyways, back to what we were doing. Here's an in-home trailer. Oh yeah, March 3rd, so we'll be a 10th anniversary of that. On Blu-ray and digital. I'm kind of the proud owner of the Blu-ray digital movie of this. Oh yeah, it's history making? Absolutely. You know colleges are not a scam if they talk about how this movie is in poor quality of writing, but it depends on which college you go to. Maybe Squidward University? Definitely stunning from MTV. MTV Spider-Man. Definitely stunning. Just depends on your definition of stunning. Ah, there he is. I'll talk about his drip later. They keep him a secret in the trailer, right? But yeah, this is like a secret. It feels a lot more sleazier than like another behind the scenes documentary that's The Boys like. Oh yeah, this scene is also cool too. Oh yeah, like George Lucas's his webisodes, his blog vlogs. That was cool. That looked cool, but April 1st, that is a troll. That's just troll. But man, I just remembered, not remembered. James Earl Jones, Fences. Shout out Denzel Washington, shout out Fences. Anyways, yeah, the behind the scenes for this movie, yeah, it has that Hollywood feel. Like even in Age of Ultron, I have the behind the scenes to that too. It has that similar corporate feeling to the behind the scenes, like oh everything is light, industrial, light and magical. That's a cool scene too. Taco Donna scene could have been longer. Pause. with that deleted scene. Could have used something else. But yeah, the deleted scene for Taco Donna could still be left out. Anyways, yeah, compare the Force Awakens behind the scenes to George Lucas's video blog or vlogs. They felt a lot more interpersonal. I mean, maybe even the behind the scenes felt a lot more low key, like the more industrially designed ones, whatever that means. Yep, that looks cool. Kylo Ren looks cool with the hood on. Anyways, even with that behind the scenes, I say it feels a lot more human than the behind the scenes for, you know, the other movies that Disney Star Wars now that Disney owns. Just a detail, nothing too crazy. Anyways, back on track. Here's some TV spots. Maybe they did air on TV. Maybe I kind of do remember one popping out, but yeah, these videos look cool to watch. Definitely rewatch them as YouTube intended. Oh, that shot too. Should have kept it. And this shot too, where before he turns on the freaking lightsaber in Taco Donna, yeah. The whole TIE fighters flying in the air. And Star Wars Rebels coming out. Look, I'm not gonna put hate on Star Wars Rebels or Resistance. Mainly Rebels because Filoni's behind this. I put it in the same tier list as Clone Wars. But Filoni's Clone Wars is a bit more watchable because some of the arcs are freaking hilarious. But yeah, all I can say is Gendy Tarkovsky is the only acceptable modern show. Yeah, no comment on that. Anyways, a lot of eyes, right? You see these eyes are all the same, right? Look at his eye or its eye. Oh my gosh, no! Don't copyright me. Wait, was that a different shot? Yeah, it was a different shot. Look at that. Or maybe it was, yeah, it was. Maybe it's low quality, but it's still cool shot of Kylo. Oh, the film's not rated. Interesting. Maybe it was gonna be rated R. Could have just made it rated G. Like, I mean, yeah, Steven Spielberg man went overboard with Temple of Doom, but we could take out PG-13 and still do G, PG, and R. Like we could still do that, I'd say, for, you know, specifically here in the States. Okay, that looks cool. Resistance. Music is awesome for them. They have at least a cool theme as well. Anyways. What the frick was I saying? Film is not rated yet. PG-13 definitely could ban PG-13. Go back to G, PG, and R. And I don't want to enforce it. I can't enforce it on other countries because they got a different rating system. But it would be funny to share their knowledge with. We go back to the old ways, and there's no NC-17. If a movie is violent, it's still gonna be R. And yeah, don't put any N not rated either. Just NR. Just say G, PG, or R. But I guess the business is, you gotta protect the kids and whatnot. But yeah, for parents, so they gotta do their freaking jobs and at least help the kids help them out if they watch intense movies. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know what? One life thing I could say is we obviously can't make fun. Well, let me restate. We cannot tell parents how to parent. That is a fact. But something that's also a fact is we can make fun of parents for being losers who can't parent. But I'm gonna leave it as it is, not as a controversial topic. This was cool. Hold on. Yeah, you know what? Just play it. This is a cool TV spot. Oh yeah, this scene too. Kylo Ren hunting and scaring Rey in the forest before they leave. Cool shot. No, PG-13. Still cool. Wait, 5 days. 13th. Holy smokes. And now the video's 10 years old. Nice. Well, not nice, but depends on how you look at it. Anyways. Oh, that's hilarious right there. But it looks cool. I'm okay. Is this official? No, that's fake. Yeah, no, this is fake. That okay, I was gonna say that was cool, but nah. Self-made TV spot. Yeah, this should have been. I mean, why not do something like this? That's actually pretty cool. But yeah, the Dark Knight gives it away, and the mother flipping TV spot. Is that China? Okay, that was pretty cool. It was fake though. Sucks. The Finn spot should have been the Jedi.
Hope is not lost today. We must face them. Fight them.
But yeah, Disney struck a gold mine with this movie. $2 billion at the freaking box office. That's a ton of yen, ton of euros. Or maybe it was less. No, that's a ton of euros. Pounds. Oh yeah, this trailer. Let's play the other ones first. Actually, no, let's play this one. This is the international trailer.
I'll show them the power of the darkness.
This trailer's so cool. Specifically with the first part.
No one will stand in our way.
Unused shot. Boy, it still looks cool as frick. Oh, there's Leia. Yeah, this looks freaking awesome. And the last part's not that bad. We could tell this is shot. Oh, in 2016. That's funny. It was like the one movie China was able to see, but that is insane. You could tell Disney are hypocrites for not being on that progressive side of storytelling when they minimized Finn from the poster and covered Black Panther's face and give him some weird looking eyes. It kind of okay, hold on, wait, no, it's hella I would say it's hella racist, but. I'd say it, but no, it is with the whole Finn being small. Like, you don't have to make him small, and you don't have to cover Black Panther's face, especially since it doesn't even matter if you add in the fact that the actor of the original first Black Panther movie died too. Like, it's still a dick move. Oh, yep, another cool shot from The Force Awakens. Anyways. But yeah, okay, that's another thing. I gotta grab on this. There are mother flipping different posters for other countries, and they sometimes look cooler. I really, like, if I made a movie, I'd say definitely I'd want to work on some posters. Like, even if the movie's done or not, I want to work on all the posters for all the marketing for all the places, because, you know, I don't want to change and compromise to, you know, having, you know, not the same poster from everywhere, because it does look different from the original. Yeah, look right here, like I don't know what to say, like, let's say, yeah, Killmonger. Like, if Killmonger had to look like, I don't know, like if he did the eyes open thing like Spider-Man from No Way Home and have like a scary moment in the movie, that would actually look pretty cool. But yeah, no, here it looks, yeah, it is pretty messed up to cover his face, because it does, this shows the character, King T'Challa, King, not just Mr. How he's going to go through some turmoil through his own movie. And then here too, look, Kylo's looking to the side. Nope, he's just facing forward. Like in that one, I think it was concept design. X-Wing, oh, a little bit more forward. Finn, he was bigger, now he's shorter. There's more TIE fighters. Star Destroyers down there. Yeah, I don't know what the frick was that. I don't know what they were on about that. Yeah, that looks, yeah, that gives off China vibes. They did this with Doom too. What the frick? Dick move, man. What the fuck? No, don't watch those videos. Oh, don't watch these videos. I'm not even focused on the movie. This commentary is out of proportions. I apologize. What was I don't even know what I was getting on about. Oh my gosh. Brad Pitt was in this movie? Bro, I remember this YouTube poop with Chris Stuckman. Oh my gosh. That's out of pocket. That is actually out of pocket. To make Ariel look different. Holy. This is freaking insane, man. What the frick? Like a Drew Struzan poster. Okay. Anyways. The other poster, not Dilemma, it's not as bad as this one. This is just a dick move. But it's the lookalike poster. It's the lookalike poster syndrome. Yes. Yeah, Aladdin and Dark Phoenix. What the frick are they on? Yeah, and then let me look that up. Okay, and I want to try to play a little bit of Subnautica before the freaking movie ends, because it's already about to end real soon. Okay, let's see. I want to see if there are any other cases of movie poster that looks alike. That's not just a blatant ripoff or like Force Awakens. Yeah. Never mind. Actually, yeah. Same. American Teen. Okay, that's homage. Scream 2, Bride of Chucky. Chucky did it better than Scream 2. No hate towards the Scream franchise. Die Hard 2, Speed, okay. I Show Speed. Dark Knight. Winter Bones, Dark Place. Juno, Blind Light. Mockingjay, Oppenheimer. Okay, yeah, there are some other examples. Kind of weird looking. Honestly, if I got a movie coming out and I'm making a movie, I'm drawing the poster. I'm drawing that motherfucking poster. I'm gonna take some graphic design classes on free YouTube videos. Adorable. Adorable. I want to see that movie. Anyways, back. Okay, yeah, Kylo Ren's interrogating Rey. I wish they re-released it in theaters because I want to hear the sound from the Force. The Force sounded really cool. That's the one thing I like about this movie. That they didn't really have. They have it in the original trilogy and kinda in the prequels. It was only that scene where Anakin was choking Padme, but it was low. It was only the bass reverb from when Darth Vader was choking that one guy, but he never used it. It was sparing, so he's kind of a boss move, you know? Well, like when Doctor Who, when the Doctor never used a screwdriver a lot, but definitely could have used some psychic paper, some nanotech, you know, credentials to get out of sticky situations instead of being locked in jails. This too. So here's the other trailer with Kylo Ren versus Finn. I don't know why they don't have a video for it, because it looks cool, even if it's a short one. This one. Yes. This here, right here. That is boss. That is a boss move right there. That is super cool. But yeah. It has a China move to it, but never mind. Can't excuse China for doing their dick moves. But I gotta see Neja too. I saw the first one. The first one's pretty good, but I've seen clips of the second one. I gotta see that movie. I've heard good things. I'm gonna say it's Excuse me, I heard it. I say it's gonna be pretty good, but I'll let you guys know probably in the video. But that movie's gotta be gas. It's kind of weird that they have the a voice actor, Dean Bristow. He's kind of now controversial. He says some crazy stuff on Twitter, and now he's just blacklisted for being a crazy fricker. But yeah, I remember that Shay Fearless video talking about that, just making a little comment. And another comment was like, "Oh, what's wrong with that?" But I guess it reminds me of like information not being, exclusive. Some people, like how a lot of information for this movie was not exclusive to the public until you had to see it. But yeah, you got hiding information just for people who need to see the movie to check out what's going on. Yeah, that's a must-do for movies, all movies. This music is cool too. It's kind of epic, but I love the cheesiness at the end right here. Cool shot, high feature. But yeah, this is that over-the-top trailer ending. I like this part. This is funny. I don't know. It's just something about it looks beautiful. But yeah, the first part is still the best in this trailer. I love the first part.
I'll show them the power.
And yeah, Kylo Ren here is presented as a total badass. I'm telling you, these trailers is the peak, the prime peak Kylo Ren experience. Yep.
I will finish what you started.
But yeah, you get the honest thing. I say watch at least the first 2 seasons of Stranger Things and then watch The Force Awakens and be like, oh, Kylo Ren is his character Mike Wheeler. Okay, just skip that part. Just forget what I said. Please forget what I said if you're seeing this. If you're reading this part, just please don't worry about it. Anyways, this trailer also has a cool Kylo Ren shot. Well, I want to just leave it on, but we'll just see the whole thing. No copyright? Yeah, this part is cool. Cool movements. And the rest of the trailer's just normal. There's Leia. That's the most replayed Kylo Ren. But yeah, RP, not rated. Yeah, RP Carrie Fisher, man. Literally, last movie would be Last Jedi. Could have been in Rise of Skywalker, but died during that filming, man. Or either during or after the shoot. I don't remember the exact context of that situation. But yeah, RIP Carrie Fisher, man. Don't do drugs. And yeah, if you're thinking about being in the movie business, don't emotionally exploit, people, You just gotta be nice, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be nice to people. Don't be a complete, dickhead. Because you don't want to freaking emotionally screw them over. Secret History of Air Force. Secret History of Air Force One. Gotta check that out. Man, you know what? You know what? This is just distraction. Okay, Kylo Ren's about to come in. There was that cool walk. He had that cool walking shot, but his cape wasn't behind him, so he probably left it in a coat hanger. But he had it on with Snoke. Maybe he has multiple. Maybe that's a theory for you. Yeah, there. Now he has it. And he's gonna rage. Okay. He's gonna rage right now. Then they're gonna talk about the Star Killer. But I gotta see this part right here. It's cool. The rage scene, easily memeable. Explain situations. Go through. Here it is. Same clip, but still cool the way it was put together.
All teams, give it everything you got.
That, yep.
We all need to run.
It's a lot like that China trailer, but it doesn't have that over-top music. Could have used it, but yeah, it's fine not using it. Gotta use all that John Williams greatness. Another cool shot. Too cool. That was cool. But it was funny when China had mentioned that Star Wars was low IQ, but they'll watch the Transformers movies. Honestly, I'm not gonna criticize them and say, oh, they're in the wrong or being hypocrites, but I completely understand. Like I like Star Wars, but for Michael Bay's Transformers movies, yeah, I'd be a sucker too. Even if we're not talking post Dark of the Moon with the Age of Extinction and Last Night, but still cool. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I think we're done with that. The final video I want to see is the Blu-ray cut. Look at this. This is the only I haven't scoundered the internet for the IMAX cut, but this is the only IMAX cut I've seen. I've seen this in Sinners too. It's got the big shot. I'd say I keep it the entire time on this. Sinners used it, the IMAX cut, like sparingly, but like in important scenes in the movie. I want to see the whole movie like just in IMAX. Like I say, all movies gotta look like this. I mean that I understand why they do like the normal size, especially if people have different TVs, and that also applies to like even in the past when like Star Wars would do like pan and scans. Like Red Letter Media said the same thing where R2D2 and C3PO got dropped into the sand from Jabba's palace when it was about to explode. But to see what happened to them, they do a little pan and scan, and they might do the same thing if somebody doesn't have a nice TV, like the whole scene is not going to be cut out. I'd say leave it, because when you get a chance to see the whole thing, I say it's got to be the whole thing. You got to see the whole picture, see the whole frame. This entire scene looks so cool. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. You get to see the toe. Okay, not the toes. You see grippers with the toe, with the shoes, but it kind of doesn't look real because I don't get to see this that much. And look, it's like more open. But I really wish they still had this, man. Look at that, you get to see more. Look at that. It kind of feels more like Star Wars in this, or kind of, but I don't know. You get to see more calculator stuff. It looks cool. Oh, it's another Kylo shot. He took it off. Let's talk about tapping powers, tester powers. Which is to find her, the more dangerous it becomes. Yep. And yeah, you know what? I don't like Hishi that much like I used to, or on his trailer or whatever, but those videos were goofy to watch as a kid, especially Cinema Sins with the whole Amazing Spider-Man 2. Yeah. Brother's freaking teabagging me, the little bastard. Anyways. What was I saying? Oh yeah, that Hishi moment where it's like they couldn't travel outside the speed of light, so they just crash into a building. Like they're kamikaze and fail. That was a funny bit. Anyways, back to this. They gotta release this stuff. Oh my gosh, that's a good movie idea. Insufferable Bastards. I gotta make that. Oh, pen. Write it down, write it down, write it down. Post the long... Oh yeah, it's another cool shot from Kylo Ren. Put all hangers on lockdown. That's a cool shot too. Man, I don't know. They just got some cool shots here. Han Solo. And yeah, this shot too. Before talk about that's how the Force works. There's like weird four-legged crawlers. Like I don't know. They're like four-wheelers that move like a robot. Sanitation, not ninjas. That was from bad lip reading. Anyways. Yeah. Look, you get the... It also helps, like, bigify all the mega structures. That megalophobia is good to use when you're not using aquaphobia or whatnot. Like, look, the Star Destroyer is a lot bigger here than it does here, but it just looks so cool. Yeah, you can tell. Look at that. more space. Now it reminds me of Subnautica. We're gonna get into it real soon. Yeah, you get to see more. And then the last portion too. Okay, let me get into freaking Subnautica. Sorry for the long wait. The last shot. Boom! Didn't explode. W engineering? I don't know. Yeah, look at that. Looks bigger here. Looks bigger here than here. And this part, bigger planet. Yeah, this shot. This music reminds me of Alien. First movie. Definitely not. Our old pal. Whatchamacallit? Romulus. Shout out Alien Romulus. Alright, I'm gonna get it set up. We're gonna play as much Subnautica as we can right before the movie ends. Anyways. BBC. The BBC. Star Wars was saved in the editing. Hey, don't listen to that crap. Star Wars was saved by George Lucas. It always will be. It's all propaganda to hate on him. He saved Star Wars by being the way he was when he made those movies. And the whole editing thing, you know, I say that was his thing. But I also did hear, yeah, from another YouTuber, they said, yep, you're not the same as you once were, especially when you create stories and whatnot, when you do what you do. But you're still the same person. But yeah, things change. It's good. Also, that beginning shot of the Starkiller fight with the 12 X-wings looks cool as well, just like that concept art from Ralph McQuarrie. Love that artist. Definitely inspirational. There's Hux. I don't know why he looks scared. He should be totally fine. He should smoke some weed, man. Don't worry about them. They're suckers. If they had more like A-wing bombers, the B-wing bombers, or the Ryan Johnson World War II drop bombers, that would actually work here because it's in gravity, but still, that scene was amazing. And I honestly, I didn't think about it that hard, but it was a bit of an eyebrow raiser to see, you know, whatchamacallit, to see bombers in space drop bombs like there's no gravity. Maybe starships have their own gravity. Are meant to fly, hands up and touch the sky. Oh, is this thing on low battery? What a loser. I mean, no, it's not your fault. Oh my gosh. Hurry up, Tanaka. The movie's about to end. I want to play you. Let me play with you. Oh, yay, fun. I'm just kidding. I'm going to back out. Do something around the room if I get scared. I'm at least glad I didn't waste my time watching stupid YouTube videos. Yeah, at least made this stream. So if anyone present is here, let's say thank you for watching. Even if you're watching this after it's out for some reason, thank you for watching. Man, it's a lot longer than it took. But yeah, don't get addicted to watching videos and whatnot. Take it from me. That's like the only advice I can give out. I can't really give out art tips other than mentally don't let anybody tell you not to do or make you feel bad about what you do or how you draw or what you draw. But if you draw something out of pocket, you deal with the consequences. You gotta take responsibility and accountability. And just get used to criticisms and I say learn. Like when people have different ways of thinking. I say it's okay to open up and see what they got because that's something I learned my past years of living, especially if I'm quite the loner when I was little. But it is good to get a second opinion and to hear other people's perspectives. That's why teamwork is good. And I've learned that recently. It worked so well, at least a week before now. So yeah, it's always good, man, to collaborate with people. Shout out the human race. Shout out our human race. We're all doing good. We work together. We train together. We bang guys together. We do what we gotta do together. Shout out to human race. Shout out to everybody. You're all just too cool. Shout out to the supporters. Shout out to Subnautica. Shout out OBS for inflating the screen image. Shout out inflation. Not shout out to Power Cynical. Just kidding. Shout out Power Cynical's inflation fetish. Shout out Toes. Shout out Furries. Shout out Furballs. Shout out Sonic. Love Sonic. Don't care that much about the fandom. That's just most stuff in entertainment. I don't care a lot about most fandoms. Especially in the manga anime space. Like, I'm okay with just not interacting with anybody who knows them that much. A patch for Below Zero? Oh, yeah. Oh, Kylo Ren's doing a badass thing. Oh, I can't read that. My computer's laggy. It can't handle games that well. Gosh, Unknown Worlds. I hope it's not the different studio, please. What is this? Issues. Oh, okay. I think they manually updated this game. If I'm right. Let's just start again. Oh wait, let me go back. Credits? No. I need to see when did I last play this game? March, January. Oh my gosh, it was March. January, yeah, because it's like Doctor Who, Spectacular Spider-Man, Star Wars. Star Wars is the littlest, but and Subnautica. Like, it's a weird, my own tradition celebration that I did for like the holidays. Excuse me. I still vividly remember, at least around the 2020 time, I played Subnautica in the living room with my old Mac computer that was not as laggy as it was today. It was like the same. The Mac was a lot like this computer in higher quality, but now it's just weird and slow. But I also remember seeing the last final season of Clone Wars. But most importantly, I'd see DuckTales, the reboot, because we had Disney Plus at that time. Okay, let's play survival mode. Play as much as we can. The movie's almost over anyways. We'll see how far we get. But those were glory days. They were glory days, but it's sort of the same. Then yeah, later in that was before 2020. Yeah. Because then during the pandemic, got back into Transformers. I was upstairs, saw The Boys. I also got into Postal. Shout out Postal. Love that. Love Postal franchise. Gotta get the movie DVD later. Movie's awesome. I say that's the best video game movie. Oh gosh. And these allergies, it feels like COVID. Because I still remember that COVID vivid feeling. COVID was worse, but it has that same smell in my nose. But I can still taste things. So I'm glad like the COVID I got was not absolute hell. Because it did feel like little spikes, trickling down the nose, and your taste buds are all messed up. I'm just glad that's all over. But man, the one thing I kind of did get over, one thing about the past, was wishing I could do it all over again. Like, obviously, I would wish I could do it all over again, especially drawing. I wish I could get into drawing sooner. Especially during the time I remember where I was playing, or I was getting into Granny, and I had a computer set up in my bedroom, like right outside the front exit door, next to my brother's bed and my other place when I used to have my computer set up in near my bedroom. And that was a long time ago. That was at least, what, 2018? When Granny first got started. Yeah. I wish I could, but I can't. Like, all I can do is write a story about it. And I think I do have a story I might do later. Where it's a guy who gets to go back in time consciously to achieve the goal sooner than he did later. But then it all probably comes back to him biting him in the ass anyways. And it screws him over and he won't be able to do it anyways, but yeah. And definitely, like, you can't compare. Then, like, don't feel insecure about comparing yourself to other people and how they do things. Because we're all our own people. I could say from experience too, because I look at myself in the mirror sometimes, and more than not, like, I could see a different person. Like, who the frick is that guy? Even compared to my family members, I could look at my parents and be like, oh, if I talk and stare at them, it's like, oh, it's like a different person I'm talking to. Like, I'm looking at a new part of their character. But it's still them, and even now I can still do that. It might happen again later with another conversation, but they're still them. But for me, it's like, wow. Some days I'll say I'll look handsome, but then at the same time I'll be like, who the frick is that? Do I have an identity crisis? Maybe not. Anyways, let's do this exit first. Not too bad. That would be the classic end. Alright, here we go. Exit. Here we go. Epic entrance. Oh yeah, baby. And yeah, they always move it. I remember the live pod used to be a lot more there, even when the full game came out, but this is a dick move. Oh yeah, Han Solo also just died already. R.I.P. Han Solo. Alright, and Ness is Sans. Sans is Ness. That was a year later. Or no, Sans died before Undertale came out, because Undertale came out the next year. And Sans was Ness. R.I.P. Ness. Not like the queso bit. Oh my gosh, these allergies. These freaking flooding my throat. It's not severe enough where I have to spit it out. Anyways, let's get our thing. Okay, they're about to fight. I'm about to find my computer. Don't crash on me. I'm sorry. Battery time. Yeah, Han Solo can't save him, right? We know what can? A medical bag to cover his freaking wound, man. That's disgusting. Nasty. I miss the Naka too. It was always a winter summer thing too. Ah, sulfur. Me boy. No, I don't want to risk the health. Not yet. Wait, no, I should. Make a change. Go up. Oh, hell, don't hurt me. I'm gonna rage. I'm gonna take your sulfur too. Freak you guys. Yeah, he did that cool move too. I like the yeah, and I like this fight beforehand. Kylo Ren versus Rey. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's not bad either. It looks cool, it sounds cool, but it's hilarious. So it's more Spaceballs, less action-packed Star Wars. But you know, can't blame Star Wars either. to be that much. The combat has been questionable later on, but it looked and sounded cool in the sequel trilogy, and I say the sequel trilogy does it better than the shows. And a lot of it doesn't count, especially like Luke Skywalker in season 2 Mandalorian. Because, you know, he's not fighting, he's just taking down robots. Or androids, or whatever they call Dark Troopers. And that was very specific too. Dark Troopers were from a Doom-like game that they had. You know what? Shout out Doom, man, for freaking doing it before Star Wars. And Star Wars just, you know, doing what they can to get some money before the Disney. But yeah, this fight is also pretty cool too. But the choreography is hilarious. But yeah, like a lot of villains, I don't know why I don't know why they keep dicking around, especially with Mr. Kyle Ron over here. It's a cool scene too. That looks cool too. What the frick? There's a sulfur frickers. Alright, 33. Yeah, and be careful with age too. Yeah, that was the one point I think I forgot to mention. Like it would seem scary that The Force Awakens is old, and like it shows a sign like people like me who used to see it younger are now older. But I mean, if you have something to focus on and you have goals that you actually want to accomplish, it's not that scary. And if you're content with just living life happily, it's not even that scary either. And you know what? Yeah. I'm glad I'm changed, because it did bother me back then too. Well, a lot more back then. But now, yeah, I'm just, honestly, I feel, yeah. Still feel like I'm struggling, but once I get to accomplish my goals, like get financial stability outside of having to work an actual job, then it'll be a lot better. But definitely just enjoy the journey now. So there's nothing to complain. I'm okay. You know, my health is fine. I just gotta get off the freaking you know, YouTube on my phone stuff. That's like my biggest issue for me for over 13 years. Scary to say when I got my first iPad. Oh wait, you can still move this sucker. Nice. But yeah, you know, besides that, when it comes to time, there's nothing to be scared of. That's what the best part about having the indomitable human spirit. Hey, let's scan for normal stuff as they fight. Here we go, Sea Glide fragment, baby. Woo! That's a good spawn. Scan this fragment because the battery doesn't go that bad. Whoa. Oh yeah, and then they have that. They were gonna play that Dearest Ire theme because that one specific John Williams note in the Star Wars old music when Luke saw his aunt and uncle to get charred up into figurines. They played that one song. It's like a D-Race song that played in classical music, and then yeah, what the frick? Yeah, Anakin's lightsaber, and well, yeah, not just Luke's and Rey's, but it also sounds cool too, like Kylo Ren's when he's getting hit for some reason, because he's a bum, I guess. I don't know. He's a fraud. It's kind of weird because he does kick her butt later, but he's only struggling because his hand hurts and You tapped into the Force by closing your eyes and whatnot. I don't know. It sucks to suck for Kylo. I mean, getting bested by a girl who's never held a lightsaber. It's questionable. I'm thinking if it's good, worse, or not as bad as being a fan fiction character that people are obsessed with. Still funny though. Oh yeah, this scene was cool too, but I saw another critic talk about how this guy, who says even Hux is gone, could have been General Hux because he's a lot older than the actor who plays General Hux, Donald Gleason, or Dom Haw, or Donald Gleason. But the movie's almost over, and this Millennium Falcon shot is also cool as frick. I need silver ore, what? Well, I guess we'll just do the strategy, eh? Wait, we can make batteries. What the frick are we doing? Oh yeah, you hold shift. Wait a second, what am I doing? Flashlight, oh yeah. I guess. That's nice. Cool little animations. Our job's done here, let's go home, and then they went home. Hey, your old lady, Leia. Gives Rey a hug instead of Chewbacca because, you know, they didn't watch Red Letter Media and saw that they criticized Chewbacca for not being his own character, his own engineer co-pilot in Star Wars 1 and Empire. Steal the rights? Yeah. Oh my gosh. I can't see. Couldn't get any brighter, right? Yeah, I know. Oh, there you are. See what we get. Oh yeah, and they can match puzzles in this part at the end of The Force Awakens. They found Luke because they can match the puzzle with R2 who was sleeping the entire freaking time. I guess because it was Luke's fault, or maybe Jake's. Then there's Ray with Finn in the Ultron machine. He's gonna get fixed like Hawkeye. Enough. Enough of this calorie intake. This is a video game. What do you know about realism? Use silicone and rubber. Let's at least make a knife. See if we can make a sea glide. Anyways, yeah, so this freaking commentary's all over the place. That was a cool shot too when they were going to Haktua Island or Acto. The music's so good. Minecraft, eat your freaking heart out. Shout out the musical artist for that, but man, the music for Subnautica is so good. Oh yeah, speaking of Subnautica, they have islands. And speaking of islands, we made it to Octo Island, the Ireland Christian Islands. Let's see if we can make one. Anyways, this scene is awesome. Just like that song Be Prepared, I was obsessed with this, I think, either in 2024, I think maybe that was Be Prepared. I think, maybe it was this beginning of 2025, but all I know is that I'd watched this scene. Yeah, it was this year. And man, just a cool scene. It kind of doesn't make any sense, but still freaking awesome. And we made the sea glide. Luke Skywalker. The reveal is cool. The music is just super good, even though, yeah, the scene kind of doesn't make any sense, but his reveal, man. Too cool for school. Swiss battery. Cool scene. We left off on a crazy cliffhanger. And that's the end of the freaking movie. Okay. If I have to edit this, this is gonna be absolute hell. Wish me luck. It's almost 12 o'clock, so yeah, W. W. What the frick was I saying? Okay. Oh wait, no, I'm hungry. I gotta go back, and that's scaring the crap out of me. So yeah, best be on my way to go eat, and then yeah, I'll see if I can end the stream before 12 o'clock. For freaking next day, where I gotta get busy as usual. Might. But yeah, the ending song is nice. I remember all the comfort videos I'd watch. Alright, let's eat. One bottle of water. Okay, so far we did pretty good. For what we have. It's not enough. But yeah, for what we accomplished, yeah, not too bad. We'll save it for now. Anyways. That was a stream. Oh man, that was exhausting. Definitely make content, but yeah, streaming. The only toll I'll take on is commitment. Anyways. W stream, Granny stream will come tomorrow. And new clips will come out. I forgot to upload the freaking clips. Oh my gosh, let me just do it here now. Yeah, new videos gotta come up. Playing horror games, yeah. This is not bad to stream for this long. And I forgot to do it. Okay. Yeah, because it's a Force Awakens 10th anniversary. I gotta do this now. Spelled anniversary wrong. Just copy and paste that. It is Star Wars, so hey. Solano? Haha! Okay, that's good enough hashtags. What the frick am I doing? Just upload the video. I need to make new videos because I want it. Yeah, new short videos gonna be coming out. I'm gonna try to play a horror game tomorrow. We're gonna do Roblox. Hopefully it's not too long and hopefully I get some freaking clips in. Anyways. Yeah, those videos are pretty interesting to make. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Appreciate everyone staying, but I'm gonna go now. W stream, I'll see you in the next one. Shoot.